much. For an introduction, thank you, Benna. I'm not really sure how to follow that. I think the pressure is on. But I am delighted to be here. I am amazed how many people are here and share the same passion. It's fantastic. I can't wait to listen to some of the other presenters. It's really educating, and Dr. Barkin, thanks for all the information and all the stats. And I actually have my own stats, and I don't want to repeat myself, but you're absolutely true. It's a different type of lifestyle we live today, and seeing the kids. So thank you for sharing that. You know, sports have always been a part of my life, especially golf. I would say I've learned and I've experienced all the benefits that a healthy, active lifestyle can do, and the importance of eating right. My interest in fitness and sports started a long time ago. As a little kid, I would play all kinds of sports, grew up in Sweden, very, very active family. And then in college, University of Arizona, I don't know if we have anybody from Arizona, but it's a terrific state to be active. Did I hear one cheer? But I learned how important it is to be healthy, active, obviously in my golfing career, but also the benefits it has in general on anybody's health. As I stepped away from competitive golf, you know, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to get back to the game that I love so much. So it was very natural for me to create the Annika Foundation. Well, the Annika Foundation is all about teaching kids the importance of living a healthy, active lifestyle, as well as to create some opportunities for young, aspiring golfers. So you might say, why do you want to do about health? Why do you want to care about active kids? And why do you want to grow the game? So again, I want to go through some stats, some alarming stats that I learned and I've seen and have experienced. Again, don't want to repeat what Dr. Barkin said, but maybe if you hear it many times, you know the importance and the effect it has in this country. 25 million kids, we said that, a third of all kids in this country are overweight or obese. They're eating more fast food than ever, and they're decreasing their activities. Again, it was said on the slide earlier, but if this continues, or if we continue on this path, our kids will have a shorter life expectancy, and our parents, it's never been done in this history. Almost 1 in 4 children don't participate in any free time physical activity. More than 90% of elementary schools don't have daily physical education classes. I don't know about you, but PE was my favorite subject, and I can't believe they're taking it away. A typical American kid spends, we said, 6 hours a day in front of the TV, the computer, play video games. Overweight and obese children often suffer lowest self-esteem, high blood pressure, teasing, you name it, nothing good. The kids' cells, we all know kids grow really rapidly, and I know I have 2 kids of my own, they grow extremely fast. But it's not just about how fast, it's how the quality of the growth is. Therefore, we need to make sure that they eat the right food, the quantity of the food, the portion sizes, they need the nutrients, they need the minerals. But if you add too much fast food, it makes it tough for these bodies to absorb these, amazing things that we need in the body. And we know kids are sponges, so we gotta be careful. You need to take them out and play. What happens to those daily activities that we used to do? Go on a bike, climb a rope, play in the sand. I don't know about you, but we don't really see it as much. Everything has to be so organized and so structured. We need to have them go out and play. Last but not least, parents, role models. We need to do what we say and what we preach. The second portion of my foundation is to grow the game. Why do I want to grow the game? Well, first of all, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the game of golf. I wouldn't have the memories that I do if it wasn't for the game of golf. I think everybody should play the game of golf. There's no other sport that is much fun. Maybe it's hard, but that's what makes it challenging. And if you go at some recent numbers from the Golf National Foundation, I should say, we have over 25 million golfers in this country. Unfortunately, that's a little less than it was a few years ago. Of these 25-point-something million golfers, only 20% are women, and only 10% are juniors, about 2.4 million. Needless to say, there's potential for growth among young junior girls. However, we have a few challenges, and I know many of you deal with this every day. Access to golf courses, access for juniors to play the game of golf, Pricing. Sometimes it could be expensive. Golf clubs, green fees. Skills. How about the golf courses today? They're pretty tough. They get longer. Environment. We got to take care of the environment. We got to be careful with the water use, the land, and all the weed killers, et cetera, that we use. And time, which I think is one of the most important things why this game is not growing in this country. It takes too long to play. We shouldn't have to be out there for 4 to 5 to 6 hours to play the game of golf. We need to speed up. If we can speed up, we will have time to play more golf. Well, thanks for agreeing with me, but I'm sure we can need another national conference to cover some of those. We're here to talk about some other things. And like I said, I grew up, I played all kinds of sports. I know the benefits that sports have. It's fun, it's interactive, we get to meet some friends, you can stay out of trouble, you learn how to focus, sportsmanship. It's a very long list. But unfortunately, not a lot of kids today have the opportunity to participate in any type of physical activity. I believe that educating kids at an early age the importance of sports and nutrition will help them understand that routines and habits have a long-term effect. It was certainly natural for me and my organization to partner with groups that share the same mission and objectives. So a few years ago, the First Tee and Florida Hospital, we got together and we created what we call the 9 healthy habits. I believe most of you are very familiar with these habits, but in a nutshell, it's the emotional, the physical, and the social aspects, and also the back 9 of the 9 life lessons, skills that make up the First Tee original curriculum. As we participate in this national conference, we know and understand the importance of being active and healthy. Golf, like other sport, is, in my opinion, a wonderful platform to inspire the next generation to reach their dreams, give them the knowledge, the education to make the right choices in their lives. It's now been almost 4 years ago since my last competitive event. Sometimes it seems like just yesterday, and sometimes not. But if you look back and look at the things that my foundation's achievements and the things we have done and the number of kids we have touched through these last few years and the strides that the 9 healthy habits together with First Tee, it seems like years and decades. Needless to say, we share the same concerns. The kids are our future, and it's an imperative that we tackle this today and make sure that the next generation will live a healthy and active lifestyle. I'm very proud to be part of First Tee. I'm proud to be here today and participate in these different seminars. I look forward to learn and listen and take some of these lessons and ideas and go home and continue to improve kids' lives. Thank you very much.
We now have the opportunity to ask Anna a couple of questions on the same topic, the health and well-being of our children. So thanks for being here, Annika. We really appreciate your time, and just it's such an honor to have you affiliated with the First Tee. And reflecting on Dr. Barkin's comments, we realize we're at a war for the health and the well-being of our children. And to hear that the life expectancy of these children is shorter than our parents, it elevates our concern more and more. We've also heard that these children may not even outlive their parents. This is the first generation of modern history that may not outlive their parents. So I think what's important is to understand what the children and the teens are saying as a result of what is creating these challenges for them. So as you travel around and as you are in programs and initiatives where you're speaking directly to the kids, what are they saying to you that are the challenges that prevent them from pursuing healthy lifestyles?
Well, it's a very good question. I think, first of all, there's some physically and emotional challenges for these kids. A lot of self-low esteem. They have this body image that's totally destroyed. There's no confidence. And just to start out with those challenges make it really difficult. But from another perspective is schedules. There's lack of time. It seems like families don't have time. Kids have schedules, parents have schedules, it's hard to align. Even though they're trying to make it a priority, makes it really difficult. I think also a lack of motivation. You know, why should I do this? This is hard work. You know, why should I do this? I don't see the benefits today. I don't necessarily see the benefits tomorrow. I think another thing is priorities. There's so many other things you want to do. I want to play this video game. I need to go to school. It's just not, again, there seems to be other things that come first. And I would say the third thing is, what about facilities or access to playgrounds, to neighboring parks, I mentioned a little bit about golf courses. You know, it's hard to get to. And so I think if you add all them up, that makes it really difficult for the kids to stay on path or even maybe start on the path on the right way.
Wow. So with all of these challenges, are there keys, some things that you found that actually works to help them overcome these, to motivate them to pursue this health, to reposition their priorities so they're not overwhelmed and overcome with their schedules and the things that get in the way? Are there any keys that you can share with us that you found that work?
Yeah, I wrote down some keys, talking to some of the kids. I mean, I work very closely with a group in Central Florida, the Florida Hospital, and they've started a program with a lot of the 9 healthy habits. And the doctors that I spoke to there, they told me that, first of all, you got to identify the challenges. You know, what is it that makes it so difficult? And when you do know what they are, then you have to knock down one by one, step by step. It's really, if you look at a golf game, sometimes it's a good analogy. You know what you want to, you have a goal to break 80, but you need to figure out what first, the putting, the chipping, the bunker, the driving, and that's a long list, I guess. But just do step by step and just improve that way. That way it's easier to see the results. You get the motivation. I think that's really important. If you don't have it in your heart, if you don't have the motivation, it's really hard to tackle anything. I would say number 2 is some rewards, some incentives to these kids. Why should I not drink, 5 sodas a day? Why should I just drink 4? And when you're at 4, why should I just drink 3? Or, candy bars, have some, rewards. It could be that instead of saying, which is so funny when we talk about health there, you don't want to say you can have a little candy if you do this, so you want to do the opposite. No candy, and maybe we can go to the playground. Have activities as their motivation or incentive. If you do this, you can go play with your friends, or we can kick the soccer ball or go in the path or something like that. I think that's really important. The other reason is also you got to explain the benefits. Not everybody understand why you shouldn't drink so much juices, or why you shouldn't have so many French fries, or why shouldn't you sit in front of the TV for 5 hours? I'm playing golf on TV, on the video game. Is that not healthy? Trying to explain the reasons and the benefits of not doing it, and if you do something else, the benefits and the positives of that. Last but not least, again, you got to give praises. You're going to encourage them. Even if it's little steps, just tell them how good they are and the impact they're making, and you're a step forward. So really praise them along the way.
Fantastic. Yeah, incentives, some positive incentives to get them moving in the right direction. Fantastic. So providing that support and those resources for our children is a part of it, but what advice do you have for our chapters, not only to motivate our participants, but also to get their families involved? Because we know from some of the statistics that families are a great influencer on which way the children are going to go.
Oh, that's the hardest part. I mean, you can't do it alone. You can't, as a kid, it's very hard, especially if your kids don't, your friends in school don't do it, and if your parents didn't do it, it's very, very hard. I would say that's, very unlikely that they will even try to improve. So you have to try and get the whole family involved. We're not just talking core family, we're talking at extended family. So it needs to be kind of a teamwork, have dinners together, communicate together, play together. I also think that as a parent, you need to, again, do what you say. Lead by example. Be a role model for your kid. I mean, hopefully you are the first one they will see in the morning and the last one they will see at night. So whatever happens in between there, you have to be in control of the day and the people they meet. They have to be with supportive friends. They have to be with influencers that do it in a positive way. It is so, so important. Again, I would inspire them to reach their goals, set up these different accomplishments, and just keep pushing is a long way to go. I would say it's all about changing your lifestyle. This is not something you do for a week, for a month, or for a year. It's a life-changing thing you got to do, but understand the benefits and the rewards it will give you.
Great. So as we talk about the relationships and how those are influencers, I recall a slide that Dr. Barkin presented that weight gain is relational. So, and hopefully weight loss is relational as well. So the people that you surround yourself with, you're going to go one way or the other. We can see that many of the other negative influences our children and teens face come from their relationships, and as a part of the first T9 healthy habits, in addition to the physical healthy habits, we also have the emotional and social healthy habits. For example, how to have a healthy mind, healthy self-perception, make good decisions, good judgment. With those good decisions, good healthy relationships, healthy family relationships, contributing to a healthy community. With this in mind, what opportunities exist for organizations like the Annika Foundation and the First T that we can provide to our participants and their families to enable them to overcome these negative influences to choose to pursue healthy lifestyles?
Well, like you touched on that, Benna, but there's so much negative information. A lot of times you turn on the TV, it's very negative, but again, you have to be surrounded by positive people. I think creating awareness is something that organizations can do, just talk about it regularly. But I think one of the benefits the First T has is you have some amazing supporters in the different chapters around the country. I would say start using role models. Start using some of the golfers in your area, some of the celebrities. I think we all know the impact a celebrity can have on the kids. I mean, a lot of kids are just, they want to be like them. They look at them as heroes. And I've seen the effect, not from me necessarily, but from others, how kids just love watching, the stars on TV. It kind of resonates. They meet somebody. There's a connection. It sticks with them. So I would utilize some of the celebrities in the different cities, make them be, the role models, talk about it. And the other thing I would recommend is, it is so powerful to get a young kid their own testimonials. Bring a kid from your chapter that's been successful, a kid that's maybe gone through some challenges, had some barriers in their lives, and let them tell the story. Let them tell the story from their perspective and their own words, and have parents listen. I don't know about you, but there's nothing more, it touches your heart very deeply when you have a kid share a story and tell them the importance and the changes they have made and where they are now and how thankful they are. So I would bring in, success stories, I would bring in celebrities, and I believe it's in a lot of the chapter's hands. So utilize the efforts you have.
Well, I imagine you have quite a bit of influence as one of the celebrities and, that the children get to have the opportunity to be with, so we thank you for that. And we thank you for taking a few moments with us this morning to discuss a topic that's near and dear to all of our hearts, the well-being of our children, which, who after all represent, as our lead boss says, 100% of our future. And we're very dedicated to giving them that leg up to make it in this world. So we look forward to continue to collaborate with you as we work to make a difference and win this war for the health of our children. So thank you very much.
Thank you.